Steve, was this loss as simple as too many turnovers?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we had a great first quarter, ball was moving, and then we just got a little crazy out there. And I give them credit. They were on a back-to-back, and they came in and dug in and played defense and forced some of those turnovers, but a lot of them were unforced. And that's been our goal all preseason, all camp, all early part of the season was to cut our turnovers down to a really reasonable number, kind of 12, 13 range. And we've only been able to do that once out of the 5 games. We had, I think, 7 in Sacramento, maybe. So we got to do a better job taking care of the ball. So it's a good lesson for us, and got to learn from it. It's early in the season. I'm confident that we will learn and we'll get better.
Steve, you called that timeout with 6:56 left in regulation. Did you think at all at that point about putting Steph back in?
No. I mean, he played 19 minutes in the first half, which is pretty heavy. So I felt strongly about getting him some rest. He ended up obviously with the overtime at almost 41. And we don't need that. Steph is, over the course of 82 games, we've got to manage his minutes well.
How much better do you need to be when he does rest, though? I mean, you guys got kind of killed.
Yeah, we got to be a lot better when he does rest. And I didn't feel like we executed. I thought we had a decent start to the second quarter, and then we got a little crazy. We took a couple of bad shots and left strong side corner and let Bain get loose. I think he was about 0 for 5 from that at that point. And there's play in transition where we made an error and left the corner and let him loose. And that's all it takes in the NBA is a couple plays to shift the momentum. And so, like I said, it's a good lesson for our team. We've got to understand we're a different team from a year ago. So we've got to learn how to play with this group, and that includes me. I've got to do a better job of putting certain lineups in certain sets and that kind of thing. But we'll get there.
Those non-Curry minutes are set up this year to be Jordan Poole minutes, essentially. How much more do you need from him?
Well, he had a tough one tonight, and this is all part of the learning process for Jordan. I have great confidence in him. He's been fantastic, throughout camp, and but this was a tough game, and it's great film for him to look at, and we'll go right back to him next game. It's all part of the process of a player's evolution in this league. Nothing comes easy, and you just have to deal with the growing pains. And as long as you learn and continue to play with confidence, which he will, then he'll be fine.
Going back to Steph, this is the fifth that he hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. It's easy to see everything he gives you, but is that a quirk? Are defenses handling him? Are there adjustments teams are making on him, or is fatigue he's running into late in the game?
Well, teams are all over him for sure. They're sending 2 at him. They're trapping him. They're doing everything they can to slow him down. I think right now he's working too hard for his shots. And that's what I mean when I say this is a different team from last year. Last year, I don't think we had much choice, just the way our team was built. I think this year we have more shooting. We have a little more playmaking. I think this team will learn to trust one another, and I'll learn to get them into comfortable sets where they can execute. And we're all going to work on this together and get better.
You've mentioned that a couple of times, of what you can do with certain lineups. What needs to be done better with that second unit when he is off the floor?
Probably get into more calls. I think we got into some random situations too often. So maybe we need to control the tempo. Obviously, we don't have a true point guard out there on the floor with that second unit. Jordan's more of a scoring guard, which is one of the reasons we like to play Andre out there with him to help him, manage the game. But I think we need to examine, what we're running with that group and what we can do to settle them down a little bit.
Steve, you mentioned Steph working too hard for those shots. Why do you think that is right now?
Because I don't think we're executing offensively. I think we're just too scattered. You know, we've always been a team that thrives in chaos, but I think we're a little too chaotic right now. And I think we need to settle down and trust that the next guy can make a play. We got a lot of good passers, shooters, guys who understand the game. To me, you know, thinking about the game, we've got to be able to penetrate and get the ball out of our hands, and not try to make the plays on our own over and over again. That's what I was seeing, and I'll watch the tape and see if that's true.
See, there was a late play in which it looked like Damian was fouled in the act, but no free throws. Did you get an explanation as to what happened there?
Yeah, Billy just said he pump faked and he wasn't going up when the foul occurred. He wasn't going up into the shooting motion. I asked if we could challenge it, and the answer was no.
Is Damian's shoulder okay?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I know he was banged up during the game, but he finished the game obviously. And but I haven't talked to him since the game ended.